Take a look and see who's on now that I am live. I hope you're all doing well and having a fantastic week right before the Thanksgiving holiday. Hope everybody's going to get a little bit of a break next week. Well, welcome again to Thriving Thursday. I am Carla. I'm a former management consultant turned full-time RV nomad turned entrepreneur and full-time coach. And on Thriving Thursdays, I broadcast from wherever a little 84 square foot home takes us, sharing stories and reflections for better living and career empowerment. And today I am broadcasting from West Texas on the southernmost border with Mexico. This place is really fascinating. You might be able to see that it's a little bit dry where we are, but it's a great place to be. As a Mexican myself, it's really neat to be a little bit closer to one of my homes, although this feels very different from the Mexico where I grew up, which was a lot closer to the beach. So I'm excited to explore this area and maybe even cross over the border to get some really good Mexican food. Although I think right where we are in this little town in Texas, there's some good food too. So anyway, it's good to be here. This week I want to share with you a tool that I wish that I'd known earlier, that I'd known about earlier in my career and in life in general. I learned about this tool through my coach training. It's not a tool that I made up, it's a tool that I very much learned from the training that I received. And while I'm still practicing how to use this tool, in the way that I set goals, even in the way that I interact with people, how I think about my performance, I'm already learning about a lot about how to shift my perspective when planning ahead. This is a tool that is called the ABC Plan, and it's a tool that helps to guarantee success no matter what it is that you're going after. It's a no-fail tool, and here's how it works. So, many times we as human beings like to get attached to outcomes, right? I've talked about this before. It's something that I personally struggle a lot with. And when we don't simply allow the process to unfold, but we're very attached to how we want things to turn out, when things don't turn out the way that we had planned, we feel stressed. We feel that because things aren't going according to plan, that we are failing in achieving our goals. We get frustrated when things are veering off course, and we just have that sense of like, I failed. I didn't accomplish that goal in the way that I wanted. But what if you could plan ahead and achieve and plan for your goal in a way that would set you up for success no matter what? That's what this tool, this ABC plan tool, is all about. So I'll start with plan A. What is your plan A? Your plan A is the one that you probably already use all the time. That is the experience, the goal, the ultimate ideal outcome that you want to achieve. I'm going to use a work example to illustrate. Say, for example, that you are about to go into a conversation with your boss at work and you're going to pitch an idea that you think is really innovative and it's going to change things and you're really excited about it, right? Your ideal plan here, your option A, is that by the end of your meeting, you will have the buy-in that you are seeking from your boss. Simple enough. That is your plan A. And that is typically how we approach goals that we are setting for ourselves. We have this one very targeted focus, this one goal that we want to achieve. But with this tool, you have an awareness that nothing is guaranteed in life. And let's say that in this scenario, you know that your boss is somebody who maybe isn't always open to others' ideas, maybe is not the easiest person to talk to. And so you're thinking ahead and knowing that this is a possibility. And so your plan B is that plan that you have as a backup in case your plan A doesn't work. So, what might a different outcome be if you think that there's a possibility that your boss may not buy into your idea? Well, that might be that you plan on using the feedback that you get from your boss as input into you improving your idea, right? So, plan A is best possible outcome, your boss buys in to your idea. But because you have a plan B, you know that if that doesn't happen, you can go to your plan B, which is, well, I will be open to the feedback that I receive, and I will use that feedback to iterate on my idea and make it better. I'm going to use it in a constructive, productive way, not take the criticism personally, but really use it in a productive, constructive way. So now you have two plans: your plan A, your best possible outcome, your plan B, your backup to the best possible outcome. So great, but you're also human, and you know about yourself that you might take things personally, right? You've been in situations like that before where you might not necessarily take that feedback in the most constructive way. And rather than get into your interaction with your boss and fail to with your plan B, the great thing is that you have a plan C, right? Your plan C is what is called your safety net. It's your when all else fails plan. So if your two first options don't work, this will be your go-to plan. It's a plan where you can always guarantee success. So for example, you're with your boss is not buying to the idea, and you end up feeling a lot more vulnerable in the conversation, and you don't necessarily react in the way that you wish. Your plan C might be that, hey, at the very least, I can learn from this experience. I can learn from the way that I reacted and use that learning in the way that I interact with my boss the next time, right? Maybe I'll say something different, or maybe I won't say anything at all. So with these three options, no matter what, you're getting something out of that experience. You're either your best possible outcome, your plan A, or the next best option, or the safety net, which is that you are learning something, you are growing, no matter what. The really important part of this ABC plan is to plan ahead, and that's something that we don't do often. Sometimes we just go into our conversations or situations with this very one targeted goal. And so when we don't achieve that one goal, we feel that it's a failure. But if you plan ahead and you think about, okay, what's the best, what's the next best, and what's my safety net, then no matter what, you will have options in the moment. And that's really important. In the moment, you want to have options that you are going from one to the other, which helps to keep your energy up, and it helps to keep you in a productive, open mindset rather than make you feel shut down and like you failed. Another scenario where this might apply is when you're thinking about conversations that you might be having with family members or with friends that you know you don't see eye to eye, right? That you have very different perspectives of the world. I've been thinking a lot about this because Thanksgiving is next week, and you may be going into conversations, even virtual conversations with family members or friends that perhaps you appreciate and value in your life, but perhaps you simply don't see eye to eye. And so this is a really good tool to think about: what is my plan A? What's the best possible outcome out of this interaction? What's my next possible, and what's my safety net? So, for example, your best possible outcome going into that conversation is probably that you have a really enjoyable time together. That would be the best possible outcome. You enjoy each other's company even though you both know you don't see eye to eye. But you know that that may not necessarily happen. Perhaps you've learned that through past experience. And so your plan B could be that even if you don't enjoy yourself, that you go into the conversation with an open mindset to learn something new from this individual, to go in with an open mind to learn how this other person views the world. So that's your option B. And but you also know that you are human and that your buttons may be pushed in the moment. And so your option C might be that at the very least, what you can do is learn about that interaction, learn about the way that you reacted, identify what it is that you liked about the way you reacted, what you could have done better, and apply that to the next time that you interact with that person or with anyone else that you know might have a different point of view. So I hope that this is helpful. That is the ABC plan. A is your best possible outcome. B is the backup to the best possible outcome, and C is your safety net, your safety net. So with these options in mind, if you plan ahead in going into a conversation, going into a particular situation where you're performing, you are likely to win no matter what. All right. So happy Thriving Thursday to you all. I hope this was helpful. I wish you a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you next time.